Remember that guy Nimrod from back in the book of Genesis? This guy was an extremely good hunter, good builder apparently. He went down to this land of Shinar where the Tigris and the Euphrates run parallel for a little while before they deposit into the Persian Gulf, the land of Iraq. He started building over there, and this is known as the land of Shinar, the land of Babel, Babylonia, Ur of the Chaldees. And this area has always been pretty much the seat of the anti-God agenda all through the Old Testament history. Well, when Nimrod got done building there, he moved up this way just a little bit, and he built in the land of Assyria, built a good many cities up there. He built Nineveh. That's a pretty significant place, isn't it? Especially if you've read the book of Jonah lately. And all through the Old Testament, this area has been of tremendous significance. There's a lot of badness going on in that area. We've seen in the book of Daniel, the wise men. These guys are conjurers who can go back into the realm of the dead. They're astrologers who prophesy by the stars, sorcerers, just a bad group of people. That's the type of worship that is going on in Babylon. In Isaiah chapter 47, just to carry on this theme of Babylon's wickedness, it's, filled with, casters of spells, sorceries, astrologers. But in that chapter, Babylon actually says, I am, and there is no one besides me. Now, that's not a smart thing to say. If you're even remotely implying that the attributes of the I am apply to you, you've crossed a line that you really should not cross. And this area, this area, Babylon, carries with it the theme of rebellion against God all the way into the New Testament. When in Revelation 18, you see the destruction of this horribly wicked entity that seems to be, for a time, aligned with the Antichrist. As far as I can tell, this entity is the actual bride of the Antichrist. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. It is from this area God selects a guy, an idolater, who came from a family of idolaters. His name is Abram. We know him as Abraham, obviously. And God told Abram, start walking, I'll tell you where you're going later. And God honored his faith. And over a period of a good many years, he developed a relationship with God, and God gave him a phenomenal gift. He reckoned him righteous while he was in a state of unrighteousness. Let that sink in. That'll blow your mind. It's the greatest miracle in all the Bible. But from this point of origin of Babylon, God selects a man, and from this man he starts a family, and this family is going to represent him in the earth. This family is the beginning of the Hebrew nation. Now, as the history of the Old Testament went on, Israel longed for the worship of their point of origin. They liked astrologers. They liked calling up the dead. They liked soothsaying, sorcery, enchantments. And they even liked the god Baal. Baal had his origin in Babylon. Go figure. Daniel, as he is given a new name, his name means the keeper of the treasure of Baal. Yeah, that's right. And Israel liked the worship of their home. So God did an amazing thing. And we're seeing that now in the book of Daniel. He is taking Israelites from their beloved homeland, and he is taking them back to their point of origin. And God, it's like God is saying, okay, you want the worship of your past, so I'm going to give you the worship of your past. And that's what we're going to see right now in the book of Daniel. Here is a warning that I see from Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 36. The Lord will bring you and your king, whom you set over you, a people that neither you nor your fathers have known, and there you'll serve other gods. Do you know that the captives who have been taken from Jerusalem to Babylon in the great deportation of 2 Kings 24, do you know that they are going to fulfill this prophecy? They will be among the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands captives in Babylon who are forced to serve a Babylonian deity that Nebuchadnezzar himself is going to make. This is the theme of the Old Testament. I missed this theme for a lot of years until an African friend pointed it out to me, that God takes his kids back to their point of origin for a do-over. I missed that, but I'm convinced it's one of the major themes of the Old Testament, that if people like you and I want to cling to the sins of our past, God will remove his hand and he will allow us to become addicted to those sins. Have you seen a Christian, a believer, strong believer, who has a sin that he or she cannot turn from? Could be food, could be possibly alcohol, could be an excess unhealthy relationship with the internet. The list could go on. Some type of hobby or an interest that has consumed them and they cannot relax their grip from it. That person is having some serious spiritual difficulty, and God is allowing them to go through that so that they can reap the results of that bad decision. Sin has whispered in their ear and said, okay, you can have a little fun here and you'll be able to control the results of it. And over time, you find you just can't control the results of sin. But this is what we are seeing in the Old Testament right now. God is giving his kids exactly what they insist on having. He's taken them back to their point of origin and allowing them to worship the way their ancestors did. So, scary warning from the scripture that God can reach a point where he will say, enough is enough. If you want this sin more than you want me, I'm going to chain you to that sin. And really soon in Daniel chapter 3, all those people who were deported from Jerusalem to Babylon are going to be worshiping idols of wood and stone, and they're going to be fulfilling that prophecy of Deuteronomy chapter 28. See you soon.